Hey YouTube, how you doing? Okay, we're gonna be working out of the uh, basic adult piano course by Alfreds, level 1. This is gonna be the second video here, so if you missed the first video, subscribe, look around, and then you'll find that video number 1. Um, we're going to start here in this video, I think on page 14. What you heard me doing when I first, earlier in the video, was warm-up stuff. And you should too. You should do. Always start with warm-ups. Scale warm-ups. Chord warm-ups. You might decide to do that differently. You may do it one hand, and the other hand, both hands. Always checking your posture, checking your curves in your fingers, strengthening your hand as you go along. Actually, it doesn't matter what you play, it's really a workout. Want to get in good habits right from the start. So let's look at page 14 and let's see how far we go in this second installment. How you doing, Lysis? How's everything's going? So they're talking about intervals, and an interval just means spacing between the notes. How far apart are these notes? So in the way I explain it is that there are whole steps and half steps in music, and the piano's no different. So a half step is any note that you can play. There's no note in between. Look at my virtual keyboard. You cannot find a note in between these two notes. So we're going to call that a half step. A whole step is two half steps, so there's a note in between. So you see, now I'm playing a whole step. You see there's a note in between there? That's a whole step. That's a whole step. Why? Because there's a note between. There's a note between those two notes I'm playing. That's a whole step. Because there's a note in between. Now there's some tricky ones. Like, what is that? That's a whole step. See that note in between there? That's a whole step. So this is a half step. No note in between. So don't get confused by saying black notes and white notes. Don't let that trip you up. The only thing you want to know is are there any notes in between? What's this? That's a half step because there's nothing in between. You cannot put a note between those two notes. But this is a whole step because there's a note between there. Doesn't matter if the note's black or white. Half steps means no notes in between, and whole steps mean there is a note in between, so it's two half steps. Whole step. Okay, now half steps and whole steps have a sound. They have a sound. So let's start a little ear training. No matter where I play a half step, it's got a sound to it. Kind of a boingy, doingy, doing, doing. So let's play it here. Let's play it here. They sound like half steps. No matter where I play it, it's got that half step sound. Some people don't like it. They say, yeah, I can find half steps because Oh no, wait till we start playing chords like this. Right? You say, well, ooh, that sounded nice. But you hear that half step hiding that chord? Like salt and food. You might not eat a box of salt, but you want to taste a pinch of it in your music. Oh, see, if I took away all that side stuff, I have a half step there. So, learn ear training is a slow developmental process, but it has to be intentional in that you have to start someplace. So let's start by hearing the difference. That's a half step. Now whole steps have a sound too. Different. Sound different. Here's a half step. Here's a whole step. Here's another whole step. They have a sound too. Oh, that was a minor third. Oh, wait a minute. So go to your piano and play half steps, listen. Play whole steps, listen. See if you can tell the difference. I wouldn't stress over it too much at this stage of the game, but start that process of cultivating your ear. It's going to really help you down the road. You have melodic intervals, which means one note at a time. What's whole step? That's a third, second, third, both hands. What does a second sound like? What does a third sound like? I wouldn't grit my teeth and try to do quizzes right now, but I'm planting a seed that you want to start cultivating your ear. Okay, let's play Au clair de la lune. Let's put a little rhythm on that, and let's see where we are.
Tracking down that music. Moonlit melodies with a rhythmic twist
Alexa,
on
stop.
Amazon Music.
Alexa, stop. My goodness, Alexa's always listening. I wasn't talking to you. So, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 1, and okay, so again, I played that against a rhythm going at 90 beats a minute. I mentioned this in the last video. You want to first get the melody down, no rhythm. Now you want to make yourself find two rhythms. One is the BPMs, beats per minute, that you can play this song without error 3 or 4 times. And you want to find the beats per minute where you're like, whoa, okay, I'm hanging on by my toenails and all that. And you want to get a pencil out and write those down. So that way you know that you're on a improvement plan. Because eventually you're going to start changing those numbers around. So let's see. Let's hear, let's give the left hand some work. Tisket a tasket. 4/4 time. Hopefully you have done your work earlier in the book, because you see how they're not telling you the names of the notes. Now here's something a little bit controversial. Everybody doesn't agree with me on this. Remember, you got a pencil in front of you when you have this book open. I would not recommend that you sit there and write every last note. Don't, in other words, that's just cheating. that you'll never become a sight reader that way. I've seen books that got that every note's written in there. So in this case, on Tisket Tasket, somebody will write in G, E, F, G, E, F, G, G, E, F, G, E, and above those notes, all the notes are written in letters. I would not recommend that. If that's your book, erase all of that. Now, here's what I do recommend. You're bumping into a note you don't know. Write that one in, just that one. So, well, it says G, and you say, I know that's an E. What's that F? In pencil, E, F. Now, you're free to write that F in above that note there, but only write in the ones you don't know. And then eventually you're going to start erasing it. You're going to start erasing it until it's clean. But if you start writing in every note up there, you're never going to be you're just going to have a crutch. You got to get the training wheels off your bike and force yourself to say, what is that note? Now, what helps in this endeavor is to say and play, not write and play, say and play. So, if I was playing Tisket or Tasket, G, E, F, G, E, F, G, G, E, F, G, E. Hey, kind of sing and play. You don't have to be Whitney Houston to sing it. Just sing it and try to hit that pitch. F, 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 D. Now, that D gives people trouble because there's our weak finger again. You might want to do a little extra work there. F, 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 D, F, 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 D, G, F, E, D, C. Didn't hit that C very cleanly, but you get the idea. Just some things that's not in the book that can trip you up. Now on page 15 there's some harmonic intervals. That's harmonic means notes played together. That's a third, second, third, left hand, second. And again, as I said in melodic intervals, start cultivating your ear to hear those sounds. So second sounds a little crunchy. Third sounds very relaxed to my ear anyway. Crunchy, relaxed, kind of crunchy, kind of relaxed. Not as crunchy as a half step, though that's really crunchy. But that's sort of crunchy. That's way more relaxed. So let's hear what the rocking intervals sound like. And I'll leave it up to you to put your metronome to this, put your beat player to this, whatever you want to use. You always start with your hands in position. So my pinky's on C, my thumb's on C. I'm in position. Now, once I have this position, I got good posture, my eyes can go to the book. So we know that we got half notes, we got quarter notes, we got quarter note rest in there. So let's see what we got. So we got rest, rest, good. So you don't want to slur through those rests. So you don't want it should not sound like this. So a lot of people will turn those quarter notes into half notes and slur right through those rests. Same with the left hand. Rest, like that. Okay, so that's the rocking intervals. Let me just turn the page and see what else we got going on here. And let's see here. Now we had seconds, we had thirds, very restful, fourth sound. So we got melodic, and if you look on 17, you got harmonic, same thing. Remember, melodic just means one note at a time. We got fifths. Fifth sounds like the Roman empires on chariots. That's how I remember it anyway. It just sounds very triumphant. I'm waiting for being heard to show up or something. Fourth sound very gospel-y to me. It's very, I don't know, regal, you know. Fourths have two notes in between, so there's another, any note with two notes in between, that's a fourth. Have the same kind of regal. I can just go up. I'm playing all fourths. But as soon as I start playing fifths, I'm going to get a different feeling. It's another good one, by the way. And again, none of that's in your book, but you know, put a name to some of these. Okay, fifths sound triumphant. Fourths sound stately, you know, regal, gospel-y. Third sound dainty to me, restful, at home. Second sound a little bit disheveled, a little bit disorganized, but not too bad. Not as bad as half steps do. Half steps really are. Ugh. Okay, enough on that. Good King Wenceslas. Hands in position. 1, 2, ready, play. Good job. Good job. Okay, at the bottom of page 16 is my fifths. Hands in position. 1, 2, ready, play. 3, 4. Rest. 2, 3, 4. That's another mistake. Let those whole notes ring for all 4 beats. Okay, so now we're up to Jingle Bells. Now watch out in your left hand. So in the first 1, 2, 3, 4 measures, you're just playing fifths. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Now in the second line, 4th measure, you're playing fourths. Oh, what fun it is to, oh, what fun, and then back to 5th, it is to ride. And then we have a single note, 1 horse open sleigh. So get that part down. Get the left hand part down. Jingle bells, the way, switch, back. So probably it might be to your advantage to work on the left hand a little bit. We're going to go a little bit slower this time because we got a little bit more to deal with. So now let's add the right hand. Okay, how'd you do? So that takes a little coordination because the left hand's in a different rhythm than the left hand's playing whole notes, right hand's playing the melody. That takes a little bit of coordination. If that's troublesome for you, then you want to take a little piece of this song at a time and master that. Let's take those first four measures, and we're just going to go. So the tendency is for your left hand to start copying the right hand. Because your left hand says, I don't want to think about my own thing, I'm just going to follow you. No, that's not what the music says. So the left hand has to hold those whole notes. So in other words, the left hand is doing something different than the right hand. It's almost like you split your brain into two. So even if you just have to play that for a while, 1, 2, 3, hold that left hand. Now let's switch back, single note coming up. Okay, so iron out, that's another place for your pencil, is to circle your trouble spots, right? You don't always have to start this song from the beginning. Circle your trouble spots if you have any, and then go work on those trouble spots until you have those all ironed out. Okay? Alright, this I don't want to throw too much at you in one video because I'm trying to give you like a week's worth of work in our talk today. So, but the C major chord starts on page 18. Now we're getting into some good stuff here. That's a C major chord. C, E, and G. You can see on page 18, that's where you can find it on the keyboard. Look on my virtual keyboard. I don't know why this little stuff is up here. Get out of here. I don't even know how long that's been up there. I wasn't looking. C, E, and G, and the right hand as well. C. But let's start with the left hand. C, E, and G. That's a good warm up, good chord warm ups. So let me just put on my Here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2. Let's play it with the right hand. 2, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now let's do both hands. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. 2, 3, 4. Okay. And why am I doing all this boopity boo? Because I want to make it kind of fun. For us adults, this book is boring. So we got to bump it up a little bit. If you don't like that, put some bossa nova on or whatever you want to do. But you're going to get the benefits. Another way to make it fun is to take everything up an octave. Take it up another octave. Same notes. Take it down an octave. Take it there. Now don't take it down here because it's going to sound terrible. It's going to sound terrible. Leave that alone. That's for single notes down there. But once you get up here, you can start playing chords. Okay, so that's a good warm up for you. It's hold, staccato, legato, staccato, legato, long, short, long, short, long, long, arpeggio. So I know that you can read and play these notes. I think one of the biggest problems, a lot of adults people, they just want to get to the good stuff fast, and they'll brush through these workout sessions. And what I want you to do is build a strong foundation on these so you can execute on the piano whatever you want to play. So these kind of boring workouts really are kind of necessary to build strong fingers, to build good sight reading skills, etc. All right, let's do page 19 and then we'll call it a video because that's a lot. That's a good chunk of work for a week, about a week's worth of work. So let's do that one, Brother John. So now here again we look through the music and we see really all I see are C chords. C chords. Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping? Brother John, Brother John. Da 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 da. Then at the end we have a couple of G's. So we don't have to give too much thought to the left hand. We got that. So now we just have a coordination problem. Single notes. Okay, so let's do the bottom of page 19. Here's a happy song. Let the left hand play a little bit. 1, 2, ready, play. On that happy song in that little right hand distal thing, I guarantee you, most of you, this will feel funny. That F and G played together will feel funny. Almost all of you will have to work it. Sound like chopsticks. Okay, enjoy your practice. Do your warm-ups. Make sure you got good posture. Drop it in the comments if you have any questions at all. And we will see you on page 20 in the next video. All right, take care. Bye-bye.